Hello, class. Today I was going to show some examples for your October design and how to approach it. So the first one I'm going to show is to make a Snapchat ghost. And just a reminder, if you're someone who doesn't celebrate Halloween, you can make your October design about the changing of the seasons. You could do pumpkins. You could even do a squirrel collecting nuts for winter. You could do a bird's nest, all kinds of things. So your first part is to find an image of what you want to create for your October design, break it down into the simple shapes. So these are cones for the arms, the tongue is going to be a slab, and sphere for the top of the ghost. And I'll show you a technique how to make 2 pinch pots into that ghost kind of bell shape. All right, so first thing we're going to do is 2 pinch pots. I'm going to make one of my spheres a little bigger for the base, and then I'm going to roll my sphere for the top a little bit smaller. But this should be the max amount of clay that you're going to use for the October design. Just making sure you have still enough clay to continue. All right, and so just like what we did for the pinch pots for the pumpkin, I'm going to pinch out the base, trying to make sure my walls stay somewhat symmetrical. And now what we're going to do different for this one is I'm actually going to use my thumb and I'm going to punch all the way through, or press all the way through the bottom of my pinch pot, because we are creating this ghost shape. So I want to stretch it out in that kind of way. So I just pushed my thumb through and I'm pinching out the edges of my slab, making sure they get thinner, but not too thin. Like we said, never go thinner than the thinnest part of your screwdriver handle. So a little under 1/4 inch, but making them sure they stay thick enough, they're sturdy. If they get too thin, you can mush up some clay, dip it in the water, and add it on to the area that got too thin, if that happens. Okay, so I have my base for my ghost. I'm going to kind of open this up a little more. And now this is going to be the top. So I start with the sphere. I'm going to push my thumb in, just like I did the other. But this pinch pot, I'm going to keep in that bowl shape. I'm not going to push through. Right, and I'm going to connect these 2 pinch pots together. Just a reminder, anytime you connect 2 pieces of clay, making sure that you add water, creating slip. Water and clay mixed together is the glue for ceramics, right? So I'm just scoring the areas where the 2 pieces of clay are going to touch. Scoring meaning creating texture, adding water, which creates slip, pressing those 2 together firmly, and then I'm going to go inside and start to make sure they get really well attached. I can do that with my thumb, or you can use your smoother tool or popsicle stick to help blend those out. I dip my popsicle stick in the water, makes it a little more effective. You can use your fingers. Popsicle stick gives you a little more grit. And I'm just going to keep pinching this out, pushing in, trying to get that ghost shape, kind of a bell shape. Blending these 2 together. All right. So now I have what's starting to be a nice bell shape. You can use your hands to help form it, going with your thumb. Now it's not the perfect shape, but I have the basic form ready, right? So I would do a little more smoothing on here and then set that to the side. All right. Now for the arms, we're going to use coils, and we're going to create cones. Right. So I roll a coil to start, and then I'm leaning towards the front. I'll tap it down and check the proportions. Looks about right. Now, to connect these two pieces of clay, I'm going to score, create texture, score on the body where it's going to connect, adding some water, creating slip, and then coming in with the smoother tool afterwards, and I'm going to connect that arm onto the ghost body. So I'm pulling, I put a little extra clay on the base. So before I try to position it or refine it, I'm just making sure it's connected. And I'll go underneath, press firmly, making sure I get this all blended. Then you can start to position it in your Snapchat ghost shape. To get everything smooth, you can use a sponge. Carefully don't get too much water on your shape. It'll start to lose its strength. Right, and then I'm just going to do a quick kind of plan. Okay, so one eye is going to be here, using my screwdriver for that one. This one's going to be a little bigger. Right, so you might use one of your blender tools. Get that started. And don't leave those rough edges. I'm just going to come in and start to smooth them out with the sponge or my smoother tool. And normally I would let this dry some more before I go in to cut this out. But just so you guys see how it works, I'm going to lay in where that opening is going to be, making sure it's big enough that I can cut out the tongue. If you have any sharp knives at home, it works best for cutting your shape, especially for a jack-o'-lantern. If you have any kind of steak knives or any kind of sharp objects, that works the best for getting clean shapes cut out, right? All right, so now for this tongue shape, I'm going to use a slab. Always making sure that you re-wrap up your extra clay. All right. So I'm just going to roll this into a ball, make it a little on the longer side, flatten it down, flip it, flatten it down until I see I have enough so that I can make my tongue shape. Then you can use your needle tool or screwdriver to cut that out. I made the tongue a little extra long, right? So I have my slab, and then I'm going to pinch it so it looks like I have enough length. Right? And I'm going to score where it's going to connect, score inside the mouth where it's going to connect. Right. And then I actually place it a little further past, leaning it down, and then you can go underneath and blend that on the inside so it's connected, so it's not going to move around on you. And then I'll come through, start to kind of widen out the mouth a little, open it up. Now, I'm not going to leave this all rough like this. Really important with this project, you're going to be graded on how well you come in, refine all your edges, smooth things out. And some of that you might have to do after it dries. But those are the basic techniques. Now, remember, you can add your own variations. Like I added teeth on there, little things. I just rolled a little coil. You can do your own variations. Here's some other different ways you could go. If you like the pumpkin, you could do a stack of pumpkins. Say you maybe wanted to create a little hat for your ghost. This is really like a free project. It just has to be in the October theme, but it's really open. And those who don't celebrate Halloween, feel free to just make things about the seasons changing. Those who do, feel free to make any character that you would like, that you wanted to dress up for Halloween. Here's 0. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Have a great day.